No, Tory Lanez got stabbed. I think they said 14 times.
14.
14 times is insane. Now, Chris put his conspiracy theory hat on.
I always got a conspiracy hat.
What you said?
Because I look at Tory Lanez, he's a Canadian multi-millionaire rapper. To fact that, and I believe from what I've let's say research with it come to prison politics, you can opt in or opt out of saying, I don't want to be in protective custody. I don't want to be in segregation. I want to be amongst the people. And well, but it still is superseded by the prison because you're such a high profile person. If something happened to you, we would be found liable for that. I think that happened with Lil Boosie and Kodak. I want to say they was talking about how he was over here and over there. Yeah. They said when I was walking the yard because it's a badge of honor to walk this yard. Yeah. So seeing that the guy that he's saying did it, a Mexican, I would have to say, well, what kind of exchange would this Tory Lanez artist rapper have with this Mexican? Because for a hit to be sanctioned like that, where there's no intervention, there's nobody to stop this, no nothing. This has to be approved. When it comes to interracial relations in prisons, for as Mexicans, whites, Latinos, whoever, if a black person, I just can't go hit this Latino. I got to go talk to the shot caller. I got to go talk to the what they call it, the sale boss. I forgot whoever at the top of the food chain. Yeah. I just can't go do what I want. It's a lot of politics in prison. So if I want to hit you, I got to run it up and say this why I want to hit him. This was his offense, et cetera, et cetera. And even if I go to you, that doesn't mean I agree to it. Yeah. So it's a lot of parties that have to allow this and say, okay, you can do this. So my conspiracy hat is because a few weeks ago, maybe last week, they just confiscated his recording equipment. So one got to ask, how did this recording equipment get in here? Because recording, it ain't compact. No, this is very elaborate stuff. You probably talking multiple pieces. So one, how did this get in here? And after it got found out, it was in well, why y'all fit? What was his messaging going to be if he was to put out some music? What was he going to be exposing? What was he going to be saying? He already got the target on his back when he went on Instagram Live that time and was saying, well, I beat the system with the NFTs. I know how to produce my music and get almost all my return and get all the money streaming to me. Them small hats ain't liking that. Say, nah, if he put out some music, what is he going to say from the Megan Thee Stallion, from the Rock Nation? You saw his dad is saying, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, y'all are responsible for putting my son behind bars.
And I want to say this. I know this old, but I'm going to say whoever Megan Thee Stallion PR team is stupid. And I'm going to explain why. So when Megan Thee Stallion supposedly got shot, she said she didn't want to come out and say anything because they just had George Floyd. She didn't want, it was a gun in the car. She didn't want the police shooting at her, and she quote unquote was trying to protect a black man. That's how she came out and said that. What she said, right? Whoever came back and told her she needs to say Tory shot her was stupid. She should have ran with, I'm protecting the black man. I think if she would have kept that narrative, not testify, not take no stand, I'm protecting the narrative, man. This nigga, even if it did shoot, you shot me, but I'm gonna go out here and say this. You owe me.
Yeah.
That I think that's why nobody's fucking with her now. Like she was just on live the other day telling people to go support her music because she just released a video last week or something. Shit, you ain't seen that shit.
I think, like I said, because I watch a lot of movies, and the movies are a depiction of life to a degree to where if opportunity presents itself, I was watching this show on Paramount Plus with my guy, The Agency, with my boy Michael Fassbender, and they would have a mission set. The missions are there is line by line, is detailed, and on a small audible will come in and they say, well, that was the mission, but now we have new developments. Yeah. So when they saw Megan messing with Tory Lanez, hey, ain't that the guy that did the NFT that was exposing we got him. New developments. Oh, we can eliminate a threat because if he beats this and he keeps going on this path, he's going to expose and topple this industry. And one thing we know, the people, the powers that be, the small hats, they do not want that industry tampered with because that is one of their number one cash cows.
Okay, so before we play this video of this lady, you think Tory Lanez has some information or knew something that will make some people upset?
Yes. In regards to the business behind
that's
the
what
music.
It's the business.
Yeah, because it messes with my money the same way they did with when Master P and what you call had that meeting. A lot of them charges and cases started coming down that
Yeah, they
pipeline,
said that.
especially with Jay Prince,
Yeah,
and it just went away.
yeah.
It just all of it went away. All these cases, this, that, and the third. Nah, everything is copacetic.
Yeah.
Nah. Tory Lanez has some information on new artists. Hey, you want your streams, you want 90% of your return without going through
Yeah.
the channels. This is how you do it. And I believe if that would have spread more than what it did, again, now we ain't got no power.
Let
We
me
can't.
play this.
All right, go ahead.
Let me play the video real quick. See what she said.
I apologize for the delay, but it has been a very long day here in Los Angeles, and we have been working very hard in light of the horrific incident that has happened to Tory Lanez, where he was stabbed 14 times in prison here in California. It is just a terrible situation. But in light of that, we have announced this afternoon that tomorrow we will be holding a national press conference here in LA at a location that has been sent to the press. And we expect a very great turnout. During this press conference, Tory's attorneys will lay out the new, pretty large evidence that proves Tory Lanez's innocence. And Gianna Caldwell from Fox News, myself, as Tory's father, tomorrow all of us will speak on important information regarding what the attorneys have laid out and how everybody needs to get involved and what needs to happen for Tory to be released from prison immediately, pardoned, and home to his son and his family. What has happened and what has been done to Tory, he truly is the victim in this. Tomorrow we're going to prove that. And so I hope everybody tunes in. You'll be able to see it on social media, but also in the press. And we will show you ways for you to act and to get Tory out of prison. That's really what this is about. He must go home.
That's my first time seeing that clip.
Yeah, I seen it today. But I'm gonna say this: the amount of people, mainly women, that is excited about Tory Lanez being stabbed in jail is sickening.
I seen a lot of responses and they playing. I'm like, this man could have lost his life.
And Tory Lanez was not convicted of shooting Meg Thee Stallion. He had a gun charge. And even how they trying to pin the gun on him, they just basically try to use some proximity and say who they think the gun was closest to in the car, which is crazy as fuck when you have gunpowder residue on him and Kelsey, but you try to blame the black man for it too. When we got statements that, Kelsey and Meg got to find because both of them found out they was fucking Tory Lanez.
I said this before. We're America's favorite fall guy and trash man.
Yep.
Hey, well, you can put it on him. He'll take it. And like I said, the jokes that I'm seeing, like when it's a black man, I always see from the Kevin Samuels, Tory Lanez, and a few others that may have not sat well with women, is this smug and just joking approach to these tragedies that's happening to these people. Even if you don't like them, I'm not about to laugh at this man getting stabbed. If it was a woman, if I was to laugh and let's say it was Megan, she got poked up, you think I'd be laughing?
I wouldn't be laughing. And the thing is, I think men understands. I think I'm going to be honest with you. Women are afforded to take life as a joke.
Yeah.
Men aren't. We're not afforded to take life as a joke. But women are able to live in this la la land fairy tale shit. Like women do stupid shit like this. Women have 45 abortions and then get somewhere and talk about karma. Yeah. Women will do some most stupid, evil shit, and then on the back end talk about karma, and then add like this. Oh, this Tory Lanez karma. He's getting stabbed up because he shot Megan Thee Stallion. First of all, they didn't prove that he shot her. It's his word against hers, and the bitch came out and said, "I was drunk. I don't know what happened."
And you got to prove without a shadow of a doubt.
Then we get to court. They don't know what the damn bullet fragments is. Then, if y'all been looking at the video, been circulating again, they didn't show, well, she's stepping out. I should have put it on it. She's stepping out the vehicle. As she's stepping out, a bottle falls on the ground before she steps out. She steps on it, and the police says, damn, she just stepped on glass. If y'all notice, if y'all know the whole story, even about the medical, the doctors, it was 2 doctors that examined her. The first doctor said it looked like she stepped on glass. And then they found out that she went to another doctor, and the other doctor has been associated with Rock Nation and all of that. And that's part of the reason why Tory Lanez said it was a setup, because that doctor has said it was bullet fragments in her foot.
Yep. But just like I said, the stabbing alone, just going back to that, I just don't see him having any severe interaction. Well, this goes up the flagpole and everybody says, hit him. What offense would, because
why at the same, from your logic, where you saying he not from here, why would he have to get that type of clearance? He's not from here.
That is true as well, but because he's black, because I think when you're going is politics, and especially California, the Latinos, whites, is very race oriented. Like, you're going to be with your people. Whether
that's why I said when I seen a Mexican, it kind of makes sense, because Mexicans like all this, Snoop Dogg and somebody else that came up with a song a long time ago called Vato, because there was a lot of beef between Hispanics and black people. It's weird that how so many black people in our community want to be cool and invite everybody to the cookout when nobody likes us. Yeah. And that's why I say, if you think that he doesn't have any basically affiliation in this prison to anybody not gang related from Canada, got money, does music, he should be insulated. It wouldn't be no reason to stab him. With that same, like I said, the same thing that you said, is more of a reason for me to be like, well, he ain't tied to nobody, he ain't gang affiliated. There's no reason for him not to get poked up.
And he the money. They already said he ain't gonna take care of the book. So let's say I'm in here, I'm a lifer or whatever. This man feeding me for protection. If you take him out, I ain't got the money. So you see what I'm saying? I'm gonna get word that, hey, you finna hit my guy. It's because that's how they operate. It's gonna be, it gotta go out. It's not gonna be random, because the opportunity has to be present.
But that we assuming that he got money. And the reason that I said we assuming, and I said this, and I heard Joe Budden say this after I had said it. He was dropping so much music, it seemed as if his pockets was getting ate up legally by legal fees. So the amount of music that he would drop music like every 6 months. I'm like, damn, this nigga really dropping music like crazy. Like, he trying to stack his bread and run a checkup, to fight what's going on. So for you to think, we just assume a lot of this is this assumption. So we're assuming that he has enough bread to not get poked up.
I'm gonna say that. I would say, because bread is relative, right? Let's say he a millionaire, so he probably spent a couple $100,000 on his counsel, but I only really need to put $3,000 on you, $4,000 on your books, $28,000. He got that. I got 5 people.
So you think $28,000 gonna take him far in jail?
Yeah. For people that ain't got nothing, again, you got people a lot, and I watch a lot of prison documentaries and just interviews. They say people find jobs under other guys with money. I do they laundry, and they ain't getting nothing. They getting pennies, but because they don't have anyone to on the outside sending them money, a little is a lot. So a couple $100 will get you touched. $50 will get you touched. 2 suits. I ain't got nothing. I don't have nobody. Tory Lanez had enough to say, hey, I'm gonna take care of you. Couple $100, couple $1,000. He got that.
It just depends, because like I said, I don't know what the going rate of protection in prison would be, because it would be crazy for me to think I got this dude that's a couple. Let's say I assume that he got at least $1 million, and you just come in, you think you just finna buy me some chips, and you finna, that'd be kind of crazy.
Again, I have nobody, nothing. Ain't nobody putting money on my books. I have nothing.
But at the same time, this could be my one, because I'm a lifer.
And I ain't got nobody.
You getting out in 10, maybe 8 if you be good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now I gotta come up. I'm a lifer. So the prize gotta be good for to take me on out to this bitch. And that the dude that stabbed him got 70 more years of that bitch.
Yeah.
That ain't no old nigga. That's probably the same age as Tory. So he at least got 6 to 7 more years in prison.
That's why I say when he.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, It ain't gonna be no cup of soup, even though I ain't got nothing. You got to make this shit worth it, nigga. You finna get out here 8. I got 70 more in this bitch.
Yeah. So, but if I'm putting this book money on your book, this gonna stack up. So after I leave, hey, you gonna have a nice little cushion when I leave, and the fact that no repercussions, because to hit somebody 14 times, they conjure up an opportunity. Hey, we're gonna bring the guard over here. We're gonna have you over here so you can do your work. The fact that nobody, black or other, intervened and even hit him back.
Did you know how fast you can stab somebody 14 times?
Again, but the opportunity for you, because a lot of times they're not even intermingling unless it's business. Where the Mexicans over here, they're very segregated.
Like I said, I don't know, because when I watch prison documentaries and shit, everybody be on the yard though.
Yeah, but they're still in their packs.
Right,
you got to get through 4 people to come to me. You telling me you gonna get through this crowd that I didn't put book money on and hit me, and nothing happens to you after you do it? Nothing.
Like I said, I don't know. I don't know the lay of the land. I'm a son. I ain't never been to prison.
Yeah, we speculating, but I watch a lot of these documentaries, and I follow a lot of people. They say, and they explain exactly how it is, especially in California prison. Say it's very segregated. A lot of times they're not even sitting at the same table. The yard, the people over here, you got to come through 6 of my guys to get to me. And you telling me my 6 gonna stand there and watch me get poked up like this, and nothing happens to him? Nothing. I gotta call bullshit.
But then we don't know if nothing happened to him though.
What was that? I think that was a recent mugshot.
I don't know if that's a post stabbing mugshot though.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't either, but I think it was.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you get charged with a new crime.
Like I said, I don't know.
Yeah, but you get charged.
If that's a post-stabbing mugshot, we still can't say that he didn't get roughed up, he didn't get beat up, or nothing like that. We can't say that. And then we don't know how fast guards got in to break it up. So, like I said, a lot of this is speculatory, speculation, in the sense of we don't know. He could have got touched up.
He could have, but I'm just going by what they put out. It don't show any reports of him getting roughed up, no reports of retaliation, no reports of.
Well, I ain't read no report.
Any intervention. So
I'm just going by like the news reports.
Yeah.
And like typically when you see people get stabbed, or say somebody got assaulted in jail or something like that, when they say R. Kelly got beat up in jail, like they don't never talk about the person, the culprit that does it. They never talk about them getting beat up. So I don't think that's just something they put in. Well, can we talk about the culprit? What did happen to him? Did he get, put in, solitary confinement? Did he get extra charges? Does he have a new trial? Like, what was the reason? Like, they never talk about the person that did it. They always talk about the bigger name and what happened to them. So I've never seen where they talk about, well, after R. Kelly got his ass beat up, they beat the shit out the nigga that stabbed him or beat him up. You don't know, see that.
Yeah, I think, like I said, we're gonna have to wait for some more information to come out about it. But like I said, this is speculation just from my research, because I follow and I've listened and looked at a lot of interviews with ex-cons and people behind the wall, and they break it down to the T on how everything works. If you want to do this, you got to go through this. It's very political in the prison. It's way more political in there than on the outside world.
Yeah, I agree.
You want to go to the next one and get to some callers?